the
6 months.
other one. But this is nice.
6 months to get them.
Right.
All right, let's call this meeting to order at 8:30 on April the 13th. We'll start with the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, approval of the agenda. You can see in front of you that Kapala's sent our yearly maintenance agreement after the board package were put together. So Kapala Heating and Cooling, I'd like to be added as number 10 maintenance agreement. I entertain a motion to approve as amended.
Make the motion.
Support. Motion and support to approve the agenda as amended. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to public time. 3 minutes for whatever you'd like to speak about, if anything.
Don't know if there's a rep from the road commission. I'm just curious if their plans, and I haven't been here, I've probably talked about it a bunch of times, for Baldwin Road, coming out of
The city?
the city.
They're patching it right now. Again,
Pardon?
they're patching it right now.
Well, no. I
Yeah.
mean, they were doing core samples and talking earlier this
They've
year.
done
Yeah.
stakes in yards, they've made their measurements. They're putting a request in for some sort of approval and assistance from maybe the state somehow.
I'm just saying, we're just patching holes this morning again.
Oh, man.
If they get all their approvals, they will crush, shape, and repave it in 26. If that doesn't happen, it will be 27.
From where to where.
Okay.
Starting at the city of Lapeer. I don't know
Yeah,
how
that's-
far they're going.
Oh,
You gotta drive down the middle of the road.
Yeah.
it's to that point, right?
And if you think Baldwin Road is the only bad road around
Oh,
here.
no.
Drive down
Holy
Bowers
cow.
Road.
Oh,
I think
it's,
Bowers is scheduled for this year too.
you know, and for folks, I live on Baldwin, obviously. You know, we watch them close down roads and reroute traffic, and they beat the hell out of Baldwin.
Yeah.
And now,
That's what they're dealing with right now, when they start the expressway again, Newark Road takes a lot.
yes, no, yeah.
And that's a new paved road.
And this thing's breaking up already.
And look how, when did 21 get done? That's terrible now.
It's already.
Emily City Road was done not very many years ago. It seems like there'd be some higher quality asphalts they should be looking at.
Cheapest bid, that's what you get.
Asphalt's asphalt, Bill.
I don't know.
Coming from
Different
the same
grades or
plants.
not.
I don't think so, but who knows? I'm no engineer of the road.
Me too.
Anybody else at public time?
Thank you.
We'll move on to the agenda. The correspondence is for review. You got the construction code minutes. As you can see on there, we have our new board member present that replaced Ron Siski after many, many years on the CCA board.
I see Ron still showed up.
He was there. He was there. He'll keep coming. We did get the fire report very late. It is there. It's a little new format now.
A lot of responses this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
14% of their activity.
that doesn't happen very often for us, that high of a percentage.
So
They'll
they'll
3% of that.
The library report is in here because Peggy is not coming to the meeting today. This is the March, well, that's the one that would be.
Yeah.
So yes, the library report is in.
Last month's minutes.
Yeah. And did I see they got a new chairman now or something
Yeah.
on the board? And then that brings us to the police report.
Good afternoon, everyone, or morning. Something like that anyway, it's all blurred me. For the month of March, we handled 427 calls for service. 351 of those were property watchers for the snowbirds. Calls handled by other departments was down considerably from the month before, almost by 50%, where they only had 17 compared to 29. Motor vehicle accidents took a fall in March, probably because, and we had snow, but it wasn't as bad as it was in February, I suppose.
Not only that, but I see that our deer population has behaved themselves, we only had one.
Yeah. Right, but there seems to be, I'll bet there's been more than one that weren't reported, because there are an awful lot of deer on the roads. That we made calls to the road pickup guy, or deer pickup guy, just, I think Thursday.
There's still one on Hunters Creek Road that he says that I've told has not been picked up yet, over by Larry Schultz's
We
farm.
got the one on Pepper now?
No, it's still there.
No, it's still there.
Well, he was told.
Yeah.
We got a hold of him on Thursday, so
I called him
hopefully he gets time to get out there and get some of
Some
those.
people aren't
Friday.
responsible as me when I did it.
in, I called him.
We have to reappoint them.
We had
No, he
20,
ain't reappointed nothing to me.
we had 20 traffic stops last month, and that's indicative to this time of year, things like that start to improve. We had 9 domestic or trouble calls, which was lower down from 15 the month before. And we had 7 agency assists, which is pretty much on par with the month before. Like I said, we had 351 property checks and a total of 20.3 hours of officers' time. 53 directed patrols, which accounted for 12.7 of officers' times, and 98 subdivision checks, which accounted for 20.6 hours of officer time. There were 5 officers that worked last month for a total of 298 hours, and we didn't have any training hours last month, but those were, because we had a bunch at the end of the year, so.
Your shoplifting, is that just an assist to another agency?
Yes, it was an assistant other agency, it was just for Lapeer City.
Okay, where could you go?
There's 2
Somebody
places.
shoplifting a candy bar at Slaterville and you're after him, or what, you know?
I don't know that we even got a call on
Depends
that.
on the candy bar.
If I could, just a couple things, just one thing basically. In February, when I was away, I put in for a grant to the 100 Club of Genesee, Lapeer, and Shiawassee counties. They partially fund agencies, or sometimes fully fund, depending on their needs, for safety items. And you know, with recent, well, it wasn't recent, it was the Oxford shooting, which I was involved with. The other officers, even in this county, were involved in, as well as last year we had a deal with the courthouse where the telephones set off a false security threat within the courthouse. When I was down in Metamora, I applied for a grant and received one for heavier vests for the outside that handle a larger caliber bullet, as well as ballistic helmets. And I got approved for $5,500. I did put in for it this year on our budget, and I do have it. I'll just pass this out. I only have 2 copies of it. I'll pass it out. Yes, for 5 vests and helmets for each one of the officers, and they fit each individual officer, so it would have to go with their individual property when they handle it. And that was $17,000 is I think is the cost on that, and that was through non-uniform. 17.
And that's something that we've worked into your budget for this fiscal year?
Yeah, I worked into a grant of getting $17,000, so I believe I have the money to pay for it. And if I get board approval, I don't know if it's the cheapest, but I don't necessarily
So that's
want the
been approved.
cheapest. No, I'm asking for
Okay.
approval. And if I can get approval for it today, I'll look into getting that for next month.
So how does it, you say that work, does each person get fitted for a helmet? And that,
Helmet and a vest.
so when you switch police officers, that helmet don't stay here?
It will stay here. I don't know if it'll fit the next officer, but
Is there different inserts to put inside the helmet to fit another officer?
I can work with Nye on seeing if that's possible. But good question.
So you lost me a little bit. You applied for the grant. Did
I
they-
applied for the grant.
Did they approve the grant?
They approved the grant for $5,500.
Okay.
And that's this email right here, Phil. That's their own.
Okay.
And I could talk with Gary from Nye to see, if there's some other options we can look at to maybe lower the cost, because it's quite a bit of an expenditure, but
And these vests you're talking about, is that something to slip inside that vest, or is it a different vest?
basically it's a vest that goes over top of these in an emergency. You get throw it on, it's thicker, it handles a higher caliber
So you're
bullet.
double layered when
That's
you
correct.
use it.
Most people there's a couple of us that wear the externals and other people wear the internals. Definitely the people that wear the internals are gonna have to throw it over their uniform because they're not gonna have time in a situation to shed it and put that on.
So you would, in this case, if you got called out on a bad deal,
Correct.
you would rip that one off and just throw the other one on?
I throw this one, I throw it on over top of this. I can just pull my mic out and put it on the new one and lug around the 35-pound vest.
I mean, it's just a sad thing that the world has come to this, to where there's more and more occasions that this kind of stuff is required or needed.
Well, like I said, who'd have thought we'd had the issue at the courthouse last year? And thankfully it was what it was, but it didn't necessarily have to be. And it's being as close to Lapeer City.
That was like on, Janelle's daughter's first day of work there, was there? First week of work.
Towards the beginning.
Oh, wow. There was a lot of excited people at the courthouse that day, that's for darn sure. But they did well, and you know, we have Lapeer High School too to worry about. We border, the property lines border each other, so if something happens there, we're gonna go.
Everybody in the county's gonna go.
Exactly.
Yeah, nobody sits back, everybody goes.
So, do you want more time to look at it, or during the police report? I would entertain a motion to approve this expenditure, or he says he's already got it in his budget. That was put into the money that he budgeted for when we done the budget, and we approved it in March, end of March. So.
Because it's already approved then.
I would say as long as it's already.
Well, an expenditure of this size, you're gonna.
Yeah, but I mean, he's already got to put the money in his budget.
I've already asked for the money. I foresee the whole grant, but I've got only $5,500.
I mean, when it comes down to the road work, I have a large amount of money to work with, but I still get board approval for ditching, brining.
But he put the money in the budget for this particular purpose, and I think it's, if you did that, then I'll make the motion that we approve that expenditure.
Support.
Motion and support to approve the expenditure of the remaining money after the grant money is used, and that is $17,000 on top of the $5,500.
It's the total cost for the vest is $17,000. I've got a grant for $5,500.
So he's gonna use 12 of it.
80.
As most of our motions go, you want to say not to exceed 12.5 or 12 or whatever you're comfortable with?
How is that 5,500 gonna get deposited first or so?
No, that's just it.
Okay.
Once the vests are purchased, we have to submit the bill to 100 Club and they send us a check.
Okay, so if we make that motion to expend 12,000, is that gonna cover it, or is it gonna be a short?
No, you have to do the full amount,
You gotta do the full amount.
then we get reimbursed.
The motion will be $17,325. Not to exceed.
Bill, you're good with that support?
Support, yeah.
Motion and support. Any further discussion? We just put, is that what his paper said, that number?
Yeah.
I think you should go $100 higher than
Well,
that
because
number.
if you're gonna look at inserts,
I would go higher than that number.
I think I'll get those, with the cost of that, I think I'll negotiate that in.
so.
Well, whatever works, you can come to us later if there's a problem. All right, we got motion and support. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Anything else, Dave?
No, sir.
Greg? County Commission report.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, board members. We had a board meeting on April the 2nd. We did it a week early because we weren't gonna have a quorum if we had it on April the 9th. So, the committee of the whole meeting was on April 2nd. We voted to put the senior millage on the August primary ballot. It was quite a contested discussion about it, and it passed by a 4-2 motion. We approved the Health Department state grant for $13,492 to buy 3 new AEDs to replace old ones that we can't get parts for, vinyl wraps for 3 trailers, and a portable generator for one of the trailers. Approved renewal of alcohol monitoring service and live scan, which is fingerprinting for community corrections, and passed a resolution for Crime Victims Awareness Week. Also, as a personal note, I want to express my condolences to Chief Mallet on the death of his father. I had the pleasure of knowing his dad for many years as a reserve. He was a wonderful, wonderful individual.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have any questions?
I do have one. I know that the county turned down the flock cameras.
Yes.
I know it was probably a lot of money. I'm not sure.
It was, yes.
And the amount of cameras that we're talking about. My question is there, I've had some in-depth conversations with some police officers, and these flock cameras weren't to give me a speeding ticket as I drove too fast through an intersection.
No.
They were simply for crime protection control. They could track a car if need be.
They tracked every car that went by, and then if
You punched a license plate number in, it could punch it all up for you.
and also any other, if there's a decal on it, something else that helps to identify the vehicle.
If I may, I can give an example of, earlier this year, probably early January, I had a hit and run accident on 24. Although I wasn't able to access the car, I was able to ask Lapeer Township to use their flock cameras to try to get a drive-by to see if we could get a license plate. And when you look at those, they're great. But we didn't find what we were looking for, so we moved on. And unfortunately, we didn't find out who the person was. And we didn't go nitpicking with people that we knew weren't involved in it.
Well, my question is, I know that everybody doesn't want less government watching us, the better. This has a certain ability to be very helpful to law enforcement and to solving different things. Is there anything else in the works, or will these be up for consideration again on another day?
Well, of course, the sheriff withdrew his request, so we never had to vote on it. And part of the reason he withdrew his request was I think he had a pretty good idea it wasn't going to pass. There are other companies besides Flock.
But Flock is used by so many people around us that it would all intertwine together, correct?
Yes, but any cameras can be intertwined together. And of course, part of it is who you give permission to see that information. The sheriff told us that he would not give it to federal, because that's one of the things, I mean, over in Genesee County, one of the issues, of course, is ICE. But obviously, the state police, the other local police departments need to have access to it, because otherwise, you just keep it yourself, it doesn't help. I mean, and they've used it to find, older people who
Walk away from their home with Alzheimer's disease or something.
exactly, yeah. I mean,
I think some of the problem was the terms of the contract, was something you guys were really concerned with.
the terms in Flock would not work at all with us.
Yeah.
And that's what I say. I mean, I would be very interested in seeing if there was another company that would be a better partner, because Flock did itself no favors by how they reacted to us.
How many and what locations were they proposing to put those?
I think it was about 19 or 20, and most of them were going to be exits and entrances on I-69. Okay. That's where they were going to be. I mean, Metamora has two, one at Drive-In 24 and one in the village. Right. And the state has one at the prison.
I understand. I don't think it's a terrible idea.
No.
I don't like the idea of
There's
working
cameras
both
everywhere.
ways, nobody's around, I run a red light, I don't wanna get a ticket for that, but, that's not what these are.
No, these were identification of plates, basically. So that if there was a stolen vehicle, or if there was a robbery and someone got the plate number, then you look for it, okay, we found him, he's heading south on 24.
Or if you got a good car description and you see that and you can pick up a plate number, you can identify who that person, who owns that vehicle, and probably locate who the driver is.
That's great,
No, I think it's a good idea, but, and again, I will still say, I'm not in favor of government having more watchability of us, but
Well, we have cameras here.
As the city,
There's cameras
any
everywhere.
rumblings of the city? a little
The
bit?
city had a proposal and then they withdrew it
Okay,
because again,
so the public just doesn't really know what the purpose
well,
of those
they,
cameras
a
are.
lot of people
Oh,
believe
we
it's
do.
unconstitutional. And I would tell you that having issued thousands of search warrants over my career, I mean, yeah, if you wanna put a tracker on an individual car, you need a search warrant.
Right.
If you want to put a camera outside someone's house, you need a search warrant. But this is no different than having an officer sitting at that intersection. For a lot less money, although it's a lot of money, a lot less money than actually having officers being able to sit at every of these intersections 24/7.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea, I just don't think that the public understands the purpose of them and what they're capturing.
and in your opinion, Scott just figured he wasn't going to be able to get this for the county, so he withdrew.
That, and I think he got a lot of pushback for it, and I think he responded to the public as well.
Maybe it's just a little too early.
Yeah.
Maybe down the road it is.
I just don't think it'd be a terrible idea, I think it'd be a good tool.
What is good,
That's a good
in my
investigative,
opinion, it's a wonderful tool.
that's a good investigative tool.
And if you're not doing something wrong, what the hell do you care for, except for the darn cost? And the people that think that it's overstepping their rights to privacy or
I
whatever.
mean, I drive by 24 and drive them almost every day that I'm out of my house.
They know that.
It doesn't,
You always fix your hair when you
doesn't,
go by
doesn't,
the
doesn't bother me a bit.
And you drive by more than just those every day.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And the thing is, they're not peeking in people's backyards, they're looking straight up and down roadways, that's what their sole purpose is. I mean, there isn't anyone in this room that hasn't driven by one, probably 3 times in the last week.
And the house cameras, everybody's got them.
Anything else for Greg? Well, thanks for answering that.
Thank you.
All right, we got the minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes to approve. We have the regular board minutes on March the 9th. That was our big meeting with the approval of the budget, and we have a special board meeting that happened on March 26th.
I'll make the motion if nobody else wants to. For both.
Oh, I'll support it.
Got motion and support to approve the March 9th regular meeting and the March 26th special board meeting. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Clerk's report, Sam?
Treasurer's report.
I'm sorry.
Although
I
I
gotta
have
have
nothing to
myself on
say,
my
but
Treasurer's report, Nancy?
all I can say is any questions. It's my downtime right now, so.
Downtime that's gonna be picking up here
You bet.
shortly.
Yeah.
Is there any questions on the numbers for Nancy?
All the, everything been paid?
Yeah, well, I
All
mean,
taxes have been paid?
anything that hasn't, other than personal property, is sent to the county
Yeah.
at the beginning of March, but I have gotten a couple delinquents here and there trickling in, but that's personal property tax for Pine Lakes, but yeah. Gotten everything I can get.
All right,
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
I'll support it.
Motion is support to approve the treasurer's report as printed. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Clerk's report, Sam?
Is there any questions on the bills?
the number correct?
Well, the total number is, $75,384.70.
Seven
Seven.
cents?
70.
Okay, 70.
70.
70. Got it.
I'll make the motion that we pay the monthly bills in the amount of $75,384.70.
Support.
Motion and support, to pay the bills in the set amount of $75,384.70. Is there any further discussion? Samantha, would you pull the board?
Phil,
Yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Sam, yes.
Bills are paid. Anything else, Sam, or any questions for Sam?
The only other thing is I was just gonna show you this is our new logo for our new website.
You can turn it and show those folks too, if they'd like to see it.
Oh, that's pretty.
Is that an eagle?
Yes. Okay, well, when she asks us, like,
Tricky.
what represents your township? And it's like, it's not like we have
They didn't wanna put a crunched car with a deer laying.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was like, I don't
They
really,
do have the deer, but see it.
yeah. So,
And when you notice, and this is, Sam is gonna know a lot more about this than me because she's been the one working with the designer of the website. But when it comes to the ADA, website, colors are a big thing of that.
yeah, so like, actually this morning I called them into the office because she sent us like a preview of the first page of the website with these colors, so there's an option like a more green tone and more blue tone, to show me different, like, what the big first picture's gonna be or what we wanna do, so.
And here's how that process goes. What do you guys think, green or blue? We like the green, well, I like the blue, so it's gonna be blue.
No,
Looks like we got both. You got
Yeah.
well,
green?
yeah, she.
Yeah.
We have both.
I haven't made the decision yet.
You have, Sam.
Right.
We'll see, but
She
it's,
likes it.
it's coming along.
So is the deer eating crops in your field, is that?
Yes.
Yes.
That don't look like the crops are high enough.
Well, like, she did have the
Where's
option
the
of like,
pheasant?
oh,
There's
what
not
color
very many pheasant
tractor
along here,
do you
Couch.
want? And I'm like,
They're
I'm
down on
not
Creek
putting,
Road.
Down by the
we're not doing like a tractor whole scene on it. I said, we need nature.
That's nice, yeah.
You could put meat on a tractor.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
So it's coming along really well.
Well.
This was something.
I'm surprised how quickly this is
Yes,
moving.
it's something that really stressed me out for a while.
Our construction code website is about done.
It's, yeah.
And I know there's parameters on time frames, but we're working on it and it's about complete.
Yeah, I wanted to get this going before 2027 when everybody's trying to hurry up and do
Yeah,
it, so.
get in first.
So it's going well, we're picking our new stuff, our new design.
Looks good.
Good job.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Well, that's fun.
Could put a couple of corn stalks in there.
Less is more.
All right, any questions for Samantha?
Doing
All right,
fine.
let's-
Do you want
Doing
to
fine.
give your opinion on the green or blue after?
I like the one you got right there. It's got green and
Green.
blue.
Oh, no, I'll show you the green and blue.
Well, I don't have an opinion then.
Yeah.
Bill, I just told you it don't matter what.
Don't matter, I know it. Just like at home.
Exactly. All right, moving on, we do have a Oak Ridge lawn and snow spring quote for the grub and weed control. We did look this up and it is just slightly higher than what we've paid in the past, which you figured would happen. And we pay it early, it's a slight discount by May 1st. So we've had a good program with them and I recommend we keep it the same.
How did we turn out on our snow removal budget? What we had to
For
pay
the
out?
roof,
Yeah.
well, we had to make a budget amendment, remember, for like
Yeah.
6 or 7 grand?
Snow removal?
Yeah.
I think we had, I only had mine plowed 4 times already.
Well, like, it flurries in the air and they come out here.
It was in the motion we made.
It's
to
more
pay the bills.
deliveries in the air,
Yeah.
when you get any sort of accumulation of a half inch, I believe.
Yeah. But they come out in salt if it flurries in the air, cause you've got people coming in, so. Yeah, there's the bill, the final 3 bills are on the bill run.
Yeah, that's
And I had to make a budget on.
about $8,000.
Sorry, I am.
Yeah, I mean, like last year, we didn't get that much, so.
We didn't get that much this year. Just on, little spurts.
I don't, I think he was having surgery on the shoulder or something, that he wasn't watching.
Yeah.
We had a lot of,
Got started in October. and
we
didn't
had a
stop.
lot of snow
I
this
had mine
year.
plowed 4 times. That's all.
We never run
Yeah,
our
we have
house.
haul rentals and, people coming in and out every day. Shh.
That's right.
Anyway.
Wife never leaves the house.
Yeah, that's true.
Snow removal's got nothing to do with
Okay,
it.
we're all set.
Okay, we're all set.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the motion to approve Oak Ridge's, bid proposal for the, weed control and grub control.
I'll support it.
To pay it by early before May first. We have motion and support. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Number 7 is the opposing bill resolution for, many
Many things.
House bills that are out there. If anybody wants to read the bills, they are on the internet, or I printed them. My printer's not very good, but it's readable. Some of these bills more or less pertain to a city property that's gonna have sewer and water. But I included them in here, even though we don't have sewer and water, just to support our neighboring communities that do. And this is undermining our authority to have a zoning ordinance, telling
Right.
we have minimums on size of lots and size of homes. And this would totally undermine anything that we've done as a township.
These probably also include the mining.
No,
No.
this
None
is
of
just
those
for
include
housing.
Okay.
This just pertains to housing.
And MTA pretty much opposes all these bills as well.
Yeah.
So, the city manager sent me over their resolution. And we've had other resolutions in the township opposing this sort of a thing on different topics for wind, solar, and that kind of stuff.
Mining, right.
So I took both ordinances and kind of looked at them both and came up with this. And, I think it's very important to get this as a board signed and get it sent out to the proper places and I would entertain a motion to approve as printed.
I will make the motion.
I'll support.
Motion and support, is there any further discussion? Samantha, would you poll the board?
Phil,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Nancy.
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Sam.
Resolution adopted, and we'll get this signed and then get Janelle the proper places to send it and get it sent off via the email. All right, number 8, there's obviously nothing in your packet on it, but the Lori Marie subdivision, I need a date. We need to set a date for our next public hearing for their road work petition they'd signed.
Okay.
I just need to know when everybody's available. Obviously, we won't do it on Thursday. 'Cause I took enough grief over that. But when, is there any time coming up that you guys aren't available? We're gonna need at least 2 weeks out for the publishing,
15 days.
15 days?
So a little more than 15 days, because when I send it, they may not get it in early enough.
What day do you go?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Oh, okay, that about kills it. Looks like we're doing it on Sunday.
Any night.
Tuesday's
It's at 7 o'clock at night.
the third Tuesday of the month is really busy for me. Otherwise,
So the mail is.
Most any now you're available.
I mean, is it something you wanna try to do at a board meeting?
Actually, you know what, it'd probably be at 7 o'clock at night, right?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's not gonna, I'll be done with golf no matter what.
Yeah.
That's,
May 11th?
let's have a
Well,
bad
so
night.
after the board meeting or before, because there's usually a lot of talking at these, so you wouldn't, I wouldn't say before.
But to me, we've handled some of our public hearings wrong. To me, there shouldn't, we've agreed with residents of town, of subdivisions, we need this choice, this choice, this
Yes,
choice,
we're
and
not
this
giving
choice.
them choices.
Do you want the job done?
Oh,
Here's the estimate, or do you want us to back off and not do
Exactly.
anything? There's two things, yes or no. That's all there is to
yeah,
it.
that last one was.
I think the last one we passed, if we would have gave the options. And I think they'll be back.
Well, cause if it's after a board meeting at 7 at night, our board meeting at 7, you're talking like 8. So
No,
that's
they
why-
would be, we could make them first on the agenda at a board meeting. Get them in, make your comments and leave. There's not a whole lot to discuss on this. We've got a quote, look at the quote. I will send the quote with the letter saying there's a meeting, so they can have plenty of time to look at it. Do you want us to continue moving forward, or are we scrapping this?
We don't have a quote yet, do we?
Yeah.
On that one?
We've just been so busy trying to finish up the Wind Lake Road. I just didn't want to throw another one in the
Oh,
mix.
okay, yeah, Wind Lake's all done.
We're in the 30-day waiting period for Wind Lake to oppose the assessment rule. It's up to you. Do you want to do it on the next board meeting, or do you want to have a night meeting, a special meeting, and do it?
Where did we leave off with them? Just, they just were showing their interest.
They signed the petition, we called the meeting, and they were saying, yes, we want to move forward, get us a quote. That quote is in. It's been in, but I put it on the back burner because we've been dealing with
No,
Wind
I
Lake.
just feel like there's gonna be more comments than.
We've heard the comments, the road's terrible, it can't be
Well, I
patched.
know, but they're gonna have a lot of questions about the quotes, that's why I'm like, I don't know if. I guess,
I think I would rather do it at a special board meeting,
I mean, yeah.
special public hearing. It'd be my
So-
preference.
Pick a day.
I don't care.
May 4th?
Monday, May 4th.
That's fine with me. If it's-
How about you, Bill?
Yeah, that's good.
May 4th.
May 4th works. May 4th at 7 p.m.
Got time?
It's a Monday, nothing happens on the first Monday of the month.
Yeah, and if we get the public hearing in this week, that should be.
May 4th at 7 p.m.
That's enough time.
Well, I'm counting in my head up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be enough.
All right, then we will,
That's kind of pretty close.
Well, cause I'm thinking if I turn it in tomorrow, or today, if I turn it today, it would probably go in Sundays, the latest.
You going Wednesdays?
I don't know, I think it's too early for Wednesday. I think it would be fine.
Congress always said Tuesday.
Well, it goes in the LA View, because everybody gets the LA View.
that's the deadline of what you've
That's
heard.
always what I've heard when I
What do you
deal
say?
with them.
Is Tuesday at noon the deadline to get something published in the paper or not?
It always has been with
To the
like,
county press?
yeah, with,
Yeah.
with Phil Foley and
For what day though?
like,
Cause there's different deadlines, I thought, for different.
there could be, I'm just saying, when they do news articles and things of that nature, they had to get the.
I think it should be fine.
Okay, May 4th is the date. There's no need for a motion on that. We'll just put it to public hearing. I just wanted a date from you guys. Instead of sitting there calling you and back and forth, and we got the date.
Okay.
So look for something on that, and it will be, you guys will all be notified when the things go in the paper, and then we'll send out letters. All right, number 9, we have a recommendation from the planning commission in again, there's nothing in the packet on this. This is the planning commit, nope, we got the minutes.
Minutes,
I'm sorry, we got the minutes from the planning commission meeting. A recommendation for rezoning for Lapeer salvage. So either Phil, why don't you take this and let us know what you guys have decided and done according to the minutes here.
Lapeer Salvage, they want to construct a large pole building. I think it's 60 by 100, but it covers 3 parcels. 2 are commercial and 1 is residential. And it's been that way since the 1950 somethings when that junkyard has existed. But they can't build this building on 3 different parcels, so.
3 different zoned parcels.
Yeah, right. So what we had them do was get with our assessor and combine them all into 1 parcel, which they have done. So now it needs to be all properly zoned, 1 zoning, and that's what this is about. We're recommending that the 3 parcels be zoned commercial.
And just to keep in mind on that, you know, the planning commission worked on and was approved the overlay district on Henry City Road. This is unique. This is a rezoning. The overlay district doesn't allow for, those are special land uses.
Yeah.
Those aren't rezoning. This is just a different beast.
Yeah.
This has to happen.
This should have been done a long time
It should have been
ago.
done years
I
ago.
don't understand why they were building out that way.
Yeah, it's just, otherwise you end up with a landlocked residential piece of property that nobody can use. And
It was in the middle of the junkyard.
consistently used for the last 40, 50 years
Yeah.
as in that junkyard area.
I can't believe that was never caught.
They're really cleaning it up. This big building they're gonna use is for storing parts that they sell. So they'll be dismantling vehicles and putting the parts in the building.
So since it was the planning commission that done all the work here, why don't somebody else make the motion?
I'll make that motion to consolidate all into one,
To approve the rezoning.
one parcel,
To approve the
rezoning,
rezoning change
and put them all into
from
one
R1
parcel.
A to C1.
And combining them all into one parcel.
That's already
That's
done.
already done.
Okay.
That's done.
Support.
Got motion support to approve the recommended rezoning for Lapeer Motors, Inc. The rezoning from a R1B zoning to C1, R1A zoning to a C1.
Well, I'll clarify this here,
Residential zoning
Residential.
to C1. That'll catch it all. Is there any further discussion? Samantha, I want the board polled on this one too, please.
Bill,
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Sam, yes.
Rezoning is approved. And number 10, the paper that I left in front of you. I don't know. Oh, mine's right. Oh, mine ain't right there. Somewhere. We have the maintenance agreement for 26 and 27 from Kapala's. And again, this is up, I think, less than $100, or around $100 more than it was the last time. And this just comes in, takes care of our cleaning and servicing of the furnaces and air conditioners before that season starts, of the heating or cooling, and having the maintenance agreement. You don't have it?
Filters? No, I haven't.
Oh.
There's filters?
Yep, the filters, and having the maintenance agreement does give us a slight break on parts and labor when there's a repair to be made.
It's a 10% discount.
Yeah, it's not much, but
The 2024 and 2025 one was 1,450. So, not too.
$150 more, $140 more.
And, just so everybody understands, that's for 4 furnaces and 4 air conditioners.
Yeah, we have 4 units that run this building. I'll make the motion to approve Kapala's maintenance agreement for the years 26, 27. Motion and support. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. You can have that back if you like it. Mine's here somewhere. back to public time. 3 minutes again for anything.
May I go? Susan Huff, Metamora Township. Real quick point on the flock cameras. Commissioner Wise will tell you the commission spent a lot of time studying this. Over 2 months. They postponed the vote on it so that more information could be gained. So I'm a little surprised how many questions there are. There was a lot of discussion from experts, both supporting flock and against flock. The public did understand. You had progressives, you had independents, you had libertarians, you had conservatives, you had MAGAs that said this is a bad thing. We know there's cameras everywhere. That doesn't mean that we want more in our community for a variety of reasons. There were some really good presentations, and those films are online if you want to go back and watch them. I was recently appointed by the Lapeer Senior Programs Board to the VAAA Board, which is your Valley Area Agency on Aging. Kelly Nolan, a Lapeer Township resident, was also appointed by the Lapeer County Board of Commissioners. Our hope is to bring some more visibility to VAAA and let people in the Lapeer area know what benefits you receive from them and hopefully advocate for the townships and the county. Coming up May 20th, there's a Senior Power Day being hosted by VAAA at Crossroads Village in Mount Morris. It's only $5. Lunch, train ride, access to resources, and legislative updates that are important to seniors. GLTA is offering free rides to Crossroads for that. I would bring a flyer, but I didn't know until last night I was coming this morning, so I'm going to bring some flyers. I think you have an informational table. I have not been able to find out yet where those free rides from GLTA are going out of, but you can call GLTA at 810-664-4566 if you're interested in one of those free rides. There are also some other great things that VAAA is doing for us, and I hope to share more of that with you in the future. Thank you very much.
And during public time, Janelle, I know it says no GLTA, but you said there was a GLTA report, correct?
Yes.
And so take care of that, and after the public is done, if you take care of that. I'm sorry I missed you. Anybody else?
I just wanted to comment again on the flat cameras as well. Yeah, I mean, there was a huge discussion. Everybody that I know of in the public, most everybody, did not agree with it. And I think it's naive when you say that, like, as long as you're not doing something wrong, that you're okay. I mean, this casts a wide net. And when you cast such a wide net, inevitably something or someone is going to get caught up in it that they're not supposed to be. I mean, look at how, there's a number of people sitting in jail that have never committed a crime. So, and have mistakenly been accused. So I think it is something to be taken under consideration that this is not necessarily a good idea because it's not going to catch just bad people. Yes, people can be targeted. Plus, there's all sorts of hacking that can occur in where they keep the data. I mean, it's going to be available even if you say you're not going to voluntarily give it to somebody. People can still access it. So I just want to thank you.
I'd like to make one comment. If your last name was Guthrie, you may have a different opinion.
Oh, okay. But
Anybody else? Ingrid, you're pretty quiet for many meetings. Hate to pick on you.
You don't want any of my opinions.
I do want your opinions.
Curious, you're doing the bridge on Mount Morris this year? Peppermint, rather, whatever. The other bridges, Higley Bridge, is there anything in there that's ever coming up, or you don't know, or?
I don't know. I would talk to Dustin to see what happens in the future with that bridge. I know they put some pylons on the.
Yeah, they said it's unsafe.
I don't know why, but they were after us for this bridge down here on Greenwood Road. They were talking about that. That's a new bridge. So I got to talk to them. I don't know what's going on with that bridge at all.
Okay, they had, the high waters have eroded. As the water comes north, on our property, it takes a 90-degree turn there, or even greater, and it eroded the bank, so we lost like 4 trees, which were right on the edge anyway, but it eroded the bottom so much. Just wondered if there's any plans, you know. Initially, when they came out and put all the little markers up and everything, they said the bridge is gonna be replaced and they're gonna redirect it so that it doesn't have such a hard turn.
I'll try to find out.
And I don't know, you know, one called the road commission, cause if we wanna work in the river, we can't because it's somebody else's issue. If we want them to do it, they don't want to because it's our issue. So, you know, it's one of those gray
Road
areas.
commission will only work in their right of way.
Okay.
I got a beaver problem on Newark Road. Road commission won't do anything about it until it starts affecting the road.
Okay.
Then they will do something about it. To me, it's too late when it starts affecting the road.
Drain commissioner got anything to do with this?
I've talked to him, this is a private property thing, and I've talked to people, and they must like their beavers, so.
So that would, the drain commission would be the people that, if one wanted to speak with someone or have them out.
Got a feeling it's DEQ, Eagle. It's got a feeling. Anybody else? All right, let's move on. Janelle, want to give a GLTA report real quick?
Sure. So the GLTA was highlighted in a commercial for Michigan Propane and Gas Association. The board approved a 5% ridership fee increase for townships outside of the GLTA ridership. That is effective May 1st, and they had not made an increase for quite a few years. They approved the bereavement pay grievance of an employee for missed work due to the passing of a step-grandfather. Bids are being collected for phase 2 of repaving the parking lot. Their current software company, which they've had for a long time, PC Trans, is discontinuing their service without a lot of notice. So GLTA is looking for a new software company, which will likely get a cost increase. In February, GLTA provided 8,970 rides, and the Rides to Wellness program provided 751 rides. And in March, GLTA provided 10,029 rides, and the Rides to Wellness program provided 10,029 rides. Actually, no. I don't know what that number is, because I see I copied the number twice for the GLTA. So, but it was more than 751. So that Rides to Wellness program is really kind of taking off.
Bill, EMS?
Well, we're still working on setting up the MERS retirement system. Gonna replace some old computers that we can't get serviced anymore. And they're gonna stop non-emergency transfers.
Going to stop?
Yes, because then it ties up an ambulance 2, 3, 4 hours, and then they are no longer available for emergency runs.
What is considered?
Go to treatment for
Take somebody
kidney,
to dialysis?
dialysis, or the doctor, or wherever they had to go. You're gonna have to stop because then the emergency vehicle is not available for emergencies, and it's Lapeer County Emergency Medical. So we did it for as long as we could, but now it's cutting into servicing.
Okay, that being
emergency
said, is
medical.
this the Rides to Wellness? Would they pick up on that?
Probably gonna pick up more there.
It's never been mentioned in the meeting, but I can see where it's possible.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have to pick up more there, because we have changed. We're not gonna do the non-emergency, because then the emergencies can't be taken care of in a timely manner, because the vehicles are tied up on non-emergency runs.
Right.
That's what they're paid for, is emergency runs. And they did the best they could for as long as they could, but now it's affecting response times. Then you have to call in from further areas because they're tied up on a non-emergency call. For hours, usually. Yeah, some of them are hours. That's it.
Thank you. Bill, planning.
Planning Commission, We had a proposal for a site plan located on Emerald City Road between Wilder and Five Lakes for a storage units, a fairly large piece of acreage. We reviewed it, the planner reviewed it, the applicant has a lot of work to do to bring that back to us. So we gave him a 90-day adjournment, and he'll be back sometime within that 90 days to answer all the questions that we have and clean up their site plan proposal. Lapeer Motors, we had dealt with that with the rezoning, and we looked into a moratorium for considering windmills, solar panels, data centers, and battery storage facilities. We're recommending to the Township Board that we look forward to moratoriums pertaining to those particular areas. And we've got a lady that wants to put a dog care center in the old building that was occupied by Thumb Alarm at the corner of Wilder Road and M21. The ordinance just doesn't specifically point out what they want to do. So we're gonna look at amending the ordinance for that, and we have a public hearing set for the next meeting in regards to that.
I get why we've done that. I was thinking about, I don't know why I was thinking about that this weekend. Our ordinance says pet shops. It's a shop for a pet.
Yeah.
Grooming is done in a shop for a pet.
Yeah.
It's in our ordinance already, but nobody's comfortable with it. It doesn't say dog grooming.
But yeah, some of the things are specific and it just doesn't mention that, so.
I think pet shops wrapped it all up.
We pretty much
for
assured
everything.
them that it'll, after the public hearing.
I can understand why you're doing it. I'm not.
We're just being cautious and.
I don't know why it was in my brain this weekend, but it was.
Yeah, we're just being cautious and trying to stick by our ordinance and not create a problem.
All right, anything else? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
We have any more on that bond deal?
Nope, haven't heard anything yet. See you, Greg.